Hi, and welcome to Hams Radio. I am Hams. Whether you are a new or returning viewer, I just wanted to say thank you for your support. I appreciate every single one of you. If you are new to my channel is all about finding a life after trauma. I will be showing the good, the bad, and the ugly as it comes to my healing journey so that hopefully it'll help you in yours. If that sounds like something that will add some positivity to your life, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you don't miss out on what I'm doing over here. Today, I just wanted to take a moment and talk about two things that I'm going to start adding to what I do. And this is coming from a gal I just ran across yesterday. Her name is Mel Robbins. And in case you don't know what they are, it's the 5-4-3-2-1 rule and the high five challenge. So the 5-4-3-2-1 rule is the time frame it takes for your brain to start getting into that negative thought pattern, the excuses as to why not. She describes it as a full throttle or emergency brake. You have 5 seconds. Whatever urge you're doing, whatever urge or that you want to do, let's say your alarm goes off in the morning. And you know how a lot of us, at least I know I do multiple times, I either have to have like 7 alarms for me to get up or I'm going to be late. And if I could only train my brain to just pop up like that, so that would be a way that I could definitely use it a little bit more, or at least could have used it. And what it does is 5-4-3-2-1 re-engages or engages the prefrontal cortex. Part of the responsibility of the prefrontal cortex is cognitive decision making. So if you can take it back from I'm blanking on what it's called, but basically instead of letting your mind hijack itself, you're able to bring some consciousness back to what your brain is doing. It interrupts these negative self-talking loops that you can get stuck in. It interrupts it, and these are just bad habits that we have. We tend to degrade ourselves. We tend to talk very poorly to ourselves in a way that you would never want to be with a friend who talks to you the way that you talk to yourself. And I noticed that I definitely would never be around people. Well, yes, I would never want to be around a person that spoke to me exactly the way I've been speaking to myself. And that is also what I'm trying to do, is just change that. So I've already been interrupting those patterns. And this will just, instead of having to like fumble for what do I do now that I know that I'm in a negative thought pattern, that I'm able to say, okay, bring it back, interrupt this negative habit, bring it back to my cognitive decision making area. And that way I can, instead of hitting the snooze and go back to sleep, now I can get out of bed. Or I can use those 5 seconds before those bad habits engage, if that makes sense. So you're using it to stop this negative habit to come on. The other way, I'm sorry, I kind of mushed those together. The other way you can use it is if you're starting to feel like you're about to react out of an emotional state or whatnot, and you feel like your emotions are about to hijack you, because emotions can hijack the body, as I'm sure you've felt anger or sadness or whatever the emotion is, was jealousy, stress. Um, so when you're feeling like you're about to emotionally lose control, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are bringing it back to the prefrontal cortex, because now you're making a cognitive decision. You're counting, you're bringing it back to the prefrontal cortex so that your brain's not being hijacked by all these emotions. Um, so try those two things. Try it in those two instances. One to help you start maybe a habit that you've been wanting to do, or start something that you've been wanting to do. You just, this negative thought pattern has kept you from even trying. And then do it so that it helps you recenter and reground yourself before you react in a situation that maybe you don't want to. Maybe you want to be able to act differently in certain situations and you keep being hijacked by your emotions. I don't know. For me, I can use it all over the place. So, and negative self talk, this would bring me to the second practice that she has written about, is the high five challenge. High five yourself in the mirror. And I know it sounds dumb. It sounded dumb to me. It sounds cheesy. It sounds difficult. Not difficult. Well, just very different. Awkward. It, for me, it was just super awkward. But as I was learning about it, I did hit the pause and I went and high fived myself in the mirror and I immediately felt better. That was yesterday. And this morning, I gave myself a high five in the mirror as well. So the high five challenge is, you want to do that 5 days in a row. I have 3 more days. And I wanted to ask anybody else that wanted to join me, whether you want to tell me about the experience or not. I don't care. I don't need to know. No one needs to know. This is a way for you to start establishing a healthier relationship with your own self, so that you're looking forward to seeing yourself in the mirror every morning, rather than immediately start degrading everything that you're seeing in the mirror. It would be very degrading to just be, I mean, you're beating yourself down. That's the first thing. You subject yourself to this beat down in the morning, and then you expect to have a happy day. That's not how that works. I know immediately the tone of my day when I wake up in the first few minutes. I know the tone of my day. And if I am not paying attention to that tone, to how I'm feeling, to, is something off? Why do I feel anxious? I just woke up. And being able to recenter myself so that that energy does not get carried throughout the rest of the day. I want to project positive energy, and that means towards myself as well. So I will be high-fiving myself in the mirror, and not just for the next few days. I'm going to do it anytime I think about it. And hopefully it's a habit. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I will find a mirror and high-five myself, because I owe it to myself to be there for me. I owe it to myself to be my own friend. I owe it to myself to support myself. Because if I don't, who is going to? Who can possibly support me in better ways than I can myself? I am my biggest supporter. I am my biggest fan. So I'm going to be taking that moving forward. I hope you can as well. Um, do as much or as little as you want with this, but I just wanted to really share that, because I feel like this is going to be super impactful. And I wanted to bring as many people as I could with me. So I think that is all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me. Um, this is just, it's, I can be vulnerable in the way I need to be vulnerable, and hopefully I'm shaking some stuff up for somebody out there, and helping them realize, oh shit, I'm not exactly where I need to be headed. I need to make some changes. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. These are the the thoughts and the reflections that I hope to just ignite in people. And I think that's just the reason I do this. I feel like I've I have a purpose. If I'm healing and I'm using my healing to help other people heal, I think that's huge, and I think it's super important. Be compassionate, take care of everyone around you. And if everyone took care of everyone around them, imagine the environments we would have in the home life, at work. in our social lives, around friends, whatever. If everyone just had this mentality of, let's take care of the person to my right and to the person to my left. If I can take care of those two people, everyone would be taken care of. If you had the responsibility of just making sure people were around you were okay. I'm not talking about people pleasing. I'm talking about just a genuine concern, compassion, and empathy towards humans. It doesn't matter anything other than that they are a human. The fact that they are a human qualifies them for everything: compassion, love, empathy, a feeling of belonging. I think everyone deserves that. Everyone longs for a connection. Everyone wants to belong, not fit in, belong. As I've been learning, fitting in is looking at other people and saying, how do I need to change myself so that you will accept me? Belonging is looking at myself and being happy and being unapologetically me and knowing that I will still be accepted. And I am struggling, but I am working on shifting that thought. It's more attainable now, but it's trying to get everything in my life to basically support that. That is what I want to do. Is I want everyone to feel safe and included, and that they can be who they are. The greatest shame, I think, now in life is feeling like you can't be who you are. There's a lot of issues that come up around that, about not being who you are. And it's terrible. And I feel like it's just a lot of fear of the unknown. It's maybe something they have no idea about. They have not never been exposed to. And they're afraid, and it's coming out all wrong. Coming out all wrong. They don't know enough. And this can be applied to like all the situations, because you never know everything. There's always going to be some room for more backstory. So hold that space behind everyone you interact with for that backstory, for their trauma, because you have the same shit. You have trauma, you're acting out in trauma, you may not even realize it, because these are natural, learned, conditioned behaviors that have been so instilled in you for so long, or maybe not, but it's the norm to your brain. Your brain is highly adaptable. We respond very, very highly to our environment. So our brain is very adaptable. Unfortunately, I think there's just a lot of shit in this world now that doesn't allow people to actually feel safe, to feel safe at their jobs, to feel safe in their homes, to feel safe with their friends, to feel safe with strangers. I don't know. Just something. But yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule, and the high five rule. Challenge it. Go. Spread some positivity and enjoy the rest of your day and week. Bye. Oh, I also wanted to hear back from you if you do the challenge. So I had to record this video, and I'm not sure if I already said all of that in this video or was that the last video. Um, I think it was this video. All right. Well, always a pleasure. Have a good one.